Hello everyone, my name is Zach Deloach. I'm the Safety and Compliance Manager for Pac-Van. Today we will be discussing the Fall Protection Safety Program. The purpose of this training is to inform all employees of the hazards associated with falls in the workplace, to ensure employees are trained to identify fall hazards, execute designed fall protection plans, and comply with OSHA fall protection standards. This program applies to all operational employees as well as any departments that will be exposed to fall hazards during their workday. I am responsible for creating and maintaining this program. Branch and fleet managers are responsible for providing this training as well as a copy of the Fall Protection Safety Program. Employees are responsible for viewing this presentation, reviewing the Fall Protection Safety Program, and adhering to all policies and procedures. All employees are obligated to immediately report any incident involving a fall to their supervisor in the safety department. Pac-Van falls under the OSHA Construction Standard for Fall Protection Regulation. Under this regulation, an employee working on a surface with an unprotected edge that is 6 foot or more above a lower level is required to be provided some manner of fall protection. Pac-Van employees are most often subject to fall protection regulations when they are working on the roofs of mobile offices, modular buildings, and storage containers. Pac-Van's primary method of fall protection will be to utilize enclosed scaffolding that does not require an employee to get on the roof of a unit. This allows employees to perform the majority of work without exposing themselves to a falling hazard. Additional information on scaffolding policies and procedures is available in Pac-Van's Scaffolding Safety Program. When scaffolding is not an option or certain work cannot be completed from the scaffolding, a safety monitoring system will be utilized as a secondary method of fall protection. When alternative options to these two choices are necessary, contact the safety department to create a fall protection plan that is specific to your situation and needs. A safety monitoring system may only be used on low-sloped roofs. A roof is considered low-sloped if the pitch rises less than 4 inches vertically in a 12-inch stretch. The roof must also be 50 feet or less in width. If both of these criteria are met, a safety monitoring system can be used as a standalone fall protection system. The majority of Pac-Van units will meet this low-sloped roof criteria. Remember, safety monitoring systems should only be used when alternatives, such as completing work from scaffolding, are not available. A safety monitoring system requires 2 personnel to work. One employee will be performing the necessary work, while a second employee will act as a competent person, also known as a safety monitor. The safety monitor must be competent and able to recognize fall hazards. They must also be able to warn the working employee when they are unaware of a fall hazard or when they begin acting in an unsafe manner. The safety monitor must be on the same surface as the working employee, within visual distance, and close enough to communicate orally. The safety monitor cannot be performing any task that will distract them from observing the working employee. All competent persons will be designated by the branch or fleet manager. They will be experienced, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. These personnel have the authority to take prompt corrective action to address any fall hazards that employees may be exposed to. When a safety monitoring system is in use, no mechanical equipment may be used or stored in the immediate vicinity. No other employees except for the working employees and the safety monitor will be permitted in the area. Finally, all working employees must comply immediately with any fall hazard warning from the safety monitor. Almost all of the work Pac-Van employees perform can be done from enclosed scaffolding or with the use of a safety monitoring system. However, there are other scenarios that employees may encounter that cannot be accomplished in this manner. Listed here are a few unique situations that require special fall protection plans. Pac-Van will mitigate these types of situations through the use of covers, standard guardrails, personal fall arrest systems, or safety monitoring systems. Employees should coordinate with their managers in the safety department to ensure an appropriate fall protection plan is in place before performing any work that is outside of their traditional scope. Regardless of the specific fall hazards, there are a few general rules that all personnel should abide by. First and foremost, if there is a risk of falling objects, all personnel in the vicinity should wear a hard hat. Additional steps, such as placing screens or tow boards, should be used to mitigate this risk. If a fall occurs on a job site, stop work immediately. If an employee is suspended from a personal fall arrest system, the rescue and recovery plan should be implemented immediately. Notify the site supervisor right away and contact emergency services if necessary. If any unsafe conditions are discovered on the job site, immediately stop work until the deficiencies can be corrected. If a fall protection plan calls for certain types of equipment, it must be in place before beginning work and must be used as it was intended throughout the job. For example, you cannot undo the chest strap on a harness because it is uncomfortable. Only employees that have been properly trained via the Pac-Van Fall Protection Safety Program will be permitted to perform work where fall protection is required. All work sites will be kept clean and orderly. Any working surfaces must be maintained, clean, and dry to prevent slipping hazards that could lead to falls. Whenever possible, avoid going onto the roof of a unit by working from enclosed scaffolding. If you must go onto the roof of a unit, first ensure that it meets the low-sloped roof criteria. Remember, most Pac-Van units meet this criteria, and employees can utilize a safety monitoring system as a secondary method of fall protection. Employees should assess the fall protection situation prior to beginning each task. If there is a risk of fall, ensure that a fall protection plan is in place. For situations outside of normal operations, partner with the safety department to create a unique solution. This presentation is not intended to be all-inclusive. Employees should read the Pac-Van Fall Protection Safety Program before signing and submitting their training acknowledgement forms to their supervisor. Any questions or concerns about the Fall Protection Safety Program can be directed to your immediate supervisor or myself at the contact information listed on your screen. Thank you for your time and stay safe.